Deion Sanders, Colorado not preparing for Utah backup quarterback. Deion Sanders isn't one to get distracted by noise. Not by media chatter, not by speculation, and certainly not by an opponent's strategic smokescreen. So when Utah head coach Kyle Whittingham suggested that starting quarterback Devin Dampier might not play against Colorado this Saturday, Sanders didn't flinch. There was a buzz across the college football landscape when Whittingham announced that there was a distinct chance his starter could miss the game. A possible quarterback shuffle at Utah could have easily become the week's top storyline, but not for Coach Prime. Instead of chasing uncertainty, Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes are staying grounded, locked in on what Utah does, not on who lines up under center. "We're preparing for their scheme," Sanders said calmly, his voice filled with both respect and quiet determination. "We're preparing for what they've done consistently and what they've done well consistently. We'll make adjustments if that happens and do research and a study on this particular backup quarterback. But right now we're just preparing for what they do well. And what they do well, they really do it well." It was classic Deion Sanders, confident, focused, and unwilling to let anyone else control the narrative. A tactical mindset, preparing for the system, not the surprise. For Sanders, preparation is about principles. The Buffalo's coaching staff studies tendencies, not headlines. And while the potential absence of Dampier might alter Utah's offensive rhythm, Sanders' strategy is simple. Stay ready for everything. Utah's backup, Bird Ficklin, has been impressive in limited opportunities. A perfect 9-for-9 passing for 138 yards and a touchdown this season, Ficklin has shown composure and accuracy when called upon, albeit during the closing minutes of blowout victories. Still, Sanders isn't about to waste valuable practice time guessing which quarterback will play. Instead, he's focusing his team on stopping Utah's identity, their bruising run game, their physical defense, and the consistent discipline that Whittingham has built his program on for nearly 2 decades. It's that kind of consistency that Sanders admires deeply. "Coach Whittingham is unbelievable," Sanders said, smiling as he praised his counterpart. "He's a pillar of consistency, one of my heroes in this coaching realm. I wish I could have the tenure here at CU that he's had at Utah. His team resembles who he is as a man, how he played the game. Physical, tough, consistent. I love what they're doing. They've got something special." That respect is genuine. Sanders knows firsthand what it takes to build a lasting football culture. And while his own program is still in its early stages, he sees Utah as a benchmark. A team that has weathered transitions, thrived through discipline, and embodied an identity that never changes no matter who takes the field. Memories of a lesson from last year. If there's any lesson Sanders learned from his first year coaching against Utah, it's that Whittingham's teams never quit. In their 2023 season finale, Colorado fell to the Utes despite Utah fielding its 5th-string walk-on quarterback, Luke Bottery. That memory still lingers. It's a reminder that the Utes don't rely on star power. They rely on system strength and player development. Sanders' respect for that approach is rooted in his own philosophy. That football greatness comes not from hype, but from preparation and execution. And yet, this season feels different. Colorado isn't the same team that ended 2023 on a low note. The Buffaloes are sharper, more mature, and under Sanders' watchful eye, increasingly unified in both purpose and belief. As this crucial Big 12 showdown approaches, the Buffs aren't just preparing for Utah. They're preparing for themselves. Bi-week balance, rest, reflection, and reconnection. The timing of Colorado's bye week couldn't have been better. Fresh off an energizing victory over Iowa State, the Buffs got a chance to breathe, regroup, and recharge emotionally. The atmosphere in Boulder remained upbeat, even without a game on the calendar. But in true Coach Prime fashion, Sanders found a way to make the bye week productive and a little entertaining. He organized a special intra-squad scrimmage designed to give backup players live game film. something he candidly called a transfer portal opportunity. In front of teammates and coaches, those who hadn't seen much playing time got a rare shot to shine. "I'm not naive to think everyone will be back next season," Sanders admitted during a team meeting. His honesty reflected a hard truth about modern college football. Roster turnover is inevitable. But for Sanders, giving every player a platform, even for one scrimmage, matters. It builds morale, it builds respect, and it keeps the competitive spirit alive. What the scrimmage also produced, though, was one of the most hilarious moments of the season. Ben Finiseth steals the show. As Coach Prime, before the first snap, laughter erupted across the field as senior safety Ben Finiseth, a former walk-on turned starter, walked out dressed exactly like Deion Sanders. Overalls, sunglasses, cowboy hat, even the swagger. It was a pitch-perfect impersonation that had players and coaches doubled over in laughter. And the best part? Sanders loved every second of it. "Ben has a lot of Shiloh in him," Sanders joked later, referencing his son and Colorado defensive standout Shiloh Sanders. "First of all, Ben is one of the smartest young men on the team. You gotta understand his studies and what he's doing in his personal life, but he has a career in entertainment if you don't make it in football because Ben is so smart, so intelligent, so energetic. Everybody loves him." Then came the punchline only Coach Prime could deliver. "The cafeteria should be named after him," Sanders laughed, "because that's where he puts in his most work, as well as on the field. He's one of my favorites, man." Moments like these reveal the heart of Sanders' coaching style. He pushes his players relentlessly, but he also cultivates joy, humor, and camaraderie. Traits that keep the locker room united through every high and low. Prime time in nature. The coach finds peace in the wild. While his players enjoyed some downtime, Sanders took advantage of the bye week in his own unique way. After months of relentless schedules, health challenges, and public scrutiny, he returned to his home in Texas for a brief recharge and some fishing. Fishing has always been therapeutic for him, a quiet escape from the chaos of football life. Yet even while he relaxed, his mind stayed connected to his mission at Colorado. Later, Sanders ventured into Colorado's scenic mountain ranges, spending time in Estes Park, a haven of wildlife and tranquility. "I don't know the difference between elk, moose, deer," Sanders said with a grin. "They're all like family to me. But I saw a lot of big animals around Estes Park, and I'm not used to that, and it was great. I want to go back." It was a rare glimpse of Coach Prime away from the spotlight, a man reconnecting with nature, humility, and simple joy. A sportsman's admiration. Coach Prime on Shohei Ohtani. Even while enjoying the calm, Sanders couldn't completely escape the world of sports. Like millions of fans, he was in awe of Shohei Ohtani's jaw-dropping performance during the Dodgers' National League clinching victory. Ohtani's 6 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, and 3 home runs in a single game drew universal astonishment. And for a fellow barrier-breaking athlete like Sanders, it was personal admiration. "He did what?" Sanders said in disbelief when told of Ohtani's stat line. His eyes widened with genuine respect. "Can they just hand him the MVP during the game?" He laughed. "He's doing something that's unfathomable. I hope he opens the door for others." It was classic Prime, part humor, part awe, and full of appreciation for greatness. Because in Ohtani, Sanders saw a reflection of his own journey. A man defying traditional limits, rewriting what's possible in sports, and doing it with flair and humility. Looking ahead, the Utah test. Now all attention turns to Salt Lake City. The stakes are clear. Both teams are fighting to stay in the Big 12 championship conversation. Utah will be desperate to bounce back from its Holy War loss to BYU, while Colorado seeks to sustain its newfound rhythm. For Sanders, this game represents more than a conference clash. It's a measuring stick, a chance to show that his program can thrive on the road, against one of the most physical and disciplined teams in the country. He's not losing sleep over who starts at quarterback for the Utes. He's not distracted by speculation. Instead, he's reinforcing the message that's guided his program from day one. Focus on what you can control. Whoever lines up will be ready, Sanders said with calm certainty. We don't make excuses. We don't get caught up in the what-ifs. We just play ball. The prime standard, that mindset clarity amid chaos, is what defines the prime standard. Every day, Sanders reminds his team that greatness isn't about reacting to circumstances, but about setting the tone no matter the situation. Whether it's Utah's starting quarterback or their backup, whether it's home or away, whether it's after surgery or during recovery, the mission doesn't change. Colorado is here to compete, to believe, to prove that momentum is built through consistency, not coincidence. As the Buffs head into one of their biggest road challenges yet, Sanders remains what he's always been: unbothered, unwavering, and unafraid. Utah may have quarterback questions. Colorado has conviction. And as long as Coach Prime is leading from the front, that's all the Buffaloes need.